Alright, I went on and made Tiamat. I tried to do the video showing how to make her, but at least I'm going to show y'all what colors to do. Now right here, I am putting on a dark gray prime. Now if you end up making your own or doing a 3D print of Tiamat, at least you would know what colors to use if you want to follow my video. Now right here I am putting on a very dark purple. It's going to be hard to tell the difference of it, but it is a dark purple. Alright, like I said, this is dark purple and I can tell a little bit, but now we're going to move on to the next color. Now we're going to need a paper towel, so we're going to dry brush the next color, and that is just using a lighter purple. Alright, we're going to do another dry brushing for the highlights on Tiamat. Now this is an even lighter purple, almost like a violet. Now we're going to do this only on the highlights, on the higher points. Alright, I went on and did the inside of the fins. And I did the rest. Now we're going to move on to the next main color, and that is a light blue. Now this will only get put on in certain spots. Alright, I got the blue on there. Like I said, it goes on certain spots under the belly, the fins, the whiskers, and most of the head. Now I did do a little bit of it on the tail. I dry brushed it on the tail. Now we're going to get another paper towel, or use the same one, just at a different angle. And we're going to use a lighter blue. Now for this color I just used a little bit of white. Alright, I went on and did the rest of the details. Now we're going to finish it off with the MAC varnish. Alright, Titanus Tiamat is finally finished, and she came out looking great. Now she was a little hard to do with like the little grooves on the chest area and getting right kind of down here where these plates are. But the one thing that really is the hardest on her, and this is something to look out for if you are going to try doing this, making Tiamat or anything, use milliput for the whiskers right here, and for the fender antennas right here, because when these really snapped on me a couple times. But right here on the side horns I use milliput. Oh, I'm sorry. Right here, these ones are made from milliput, and if you try to do this, because if you can see right here, if the camera will focus, right here where there's a little notch right here is where it snapped on me when I was doing the MAC varnish. It broke in half on me. and I was able to put it back on, but now I know in the future that you just use milliput for like the whiskers or real thin pieces like this. So I gotta be kind of careful with that. But other than that, everything else came out great. And I also went on and did, like on her underbelly, the black stripes. And in the middle, I looked at a couple pictures from the comic book, and it looked like her pattern kind of stops in the middle of the stomach. But hopefully y'all like how she turned out. I think she came out looking great. But let me know in the comments what y'all think. And now for sizing, I have Jakks Pacific Godzilla. Now this is the Godzilla figure I was using for sizing to get her size. Now granted, her head was actually supposed to have been right here, but as many times I was putting her in the oven to do for the wings. It says the weight of the wings or the fins. I think these are the fins, not wings, but tilted her too far back. But I think they still work great in size. Now, I do know I did the head just a teeny bit on the larger size, and I do know I should have moved the eyes a little bit further up, so her head would be about the right size. Because in the comic, for the best way to get the size is using Godzilla's foot, because how he stomps on her head, and on the beach or inside the water cave, it's about the size of his foot. And I noticed when I finished painting her earlier, waiting for the Mac Varnish to dry, I realized that where our mistake was, because once I had her finished, and the head was the last thing I did, I worked on the body and everything else and saved the head for last. So that's kind of where that mistake came from. I already put Godzilla away. But other than that, she came out great, and I think it all works out. So I'm glad to have Tiamat in my collection. That's what I was thinking of. Now, kind of bad I can't like have her like wrapped around Godzilla for the scenes, but I think everything turned out great. So I'm gonna move him out the way. But yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all think of Tiamat, and I will see y'all next time.